So all the really excellent, amazing films that I've been seeing at the beginning of this year all happen to be coming from when they were supposed to come out last year in December but got moved to January of this year. But now, I can finally say there's something that was originally going to come out in 2015 that is strictly a 2015 movie that I can say I really enjoyed it. And that is... Now, I'm not a big, huge fan of SpongeBob, but I have to admit that I do like a lot of the episodes, especially towards the first few seasons of the series. When the first movie came out, I wasn't that impressed. I still ultimately like it, but I feel like it could have been done a lot better. So when the second SpongeBob movie was about to come out, and I saw the trailer for it, I was very disappointed and felt like I do not want to see this movie. And in all honesty, I had the intention of skipping that movie and trying to convince my sister and my dad that we should see Seventh Son and Jupiter Ascending instead of SpongeBob, because those were the three movies that came out that week. But then after seeing tons of reviews on YouTube about SpongeBob and seeing that they liked it and the reasons why they liked it, I wondered, okay, maybe SpongeBob could be good. And so then I looked on Rotten Tomatoes and it had 75%, and I was a little surprised. And so I thought, hey, might as well give SpongeBob a shot. The other two are getting far worse reviews, so instead of going to Seventh Son, we went to SpongeBob, and then we also saw Jupiter Ascending that day. And boy, was I glad I changed my mind, because SpongeBob was really good. So let me just tell you the worst thing about the SpongeBob movie, and it's nothing to do with the movie itself. It's the trailers for the movie. When I first saw that SpongeBob trailer, I thought, this is going to be awful, this looks terrible, I do not want to see it whatsoever. And it's not just because of the CGI, it's just, it didn't look like something I would like. Well, the trailer makes it look like it's almost all gonna be out of water and CGI. The thing is, that whole trailer is just a small portion of the last part of the movie. It's not even a third of the movie. It's like false advertising. But about the first 2/3 of the film is traditional SpongeBob. And it feels like a movie created just for the fans, and it was amazing. You really get classic SpongeBob in this movie, and I think that has to do with the fact that the original producers of, I think, the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob came back for this movie, so it feels a little bit more like the better episodes during the first couple seasons of SpongeBob. So if you're a big fan of the older seasons of SpongeBob, then you're probably going to love this film. There is a crazy randomness to this film, which is something you'd expect from SpongeBob, but is in no way, shape, or form confusing, and it still sticks to the point of what it's supposed to be, and it's just SpongeBob and Plankton ending up having to work together to find the secret Krabby Patty formula, which suddenly disappears after this one point where Plankton tries to steal it at the very beginning of the movie. Okay, if you don't like SpongeBob at all, then there's no reason seeing this film, because it's not going to convert you into being a SpongeBob fan. It's crazy, it's random, it's goofy, but it's absolutely amazing, and my sister, dad, and I, we were just laughing throughout the whole film. It was incredibly funny and crazy. I don't want to give too much away of it, but there's just so many moments in the film that is a little bit more adult, and it is a little bit more for the fans of the beginning seasons of SpongeBob. And it makes sense because, holy frick, the I think it's like on to 15 seasons now or something like that. That's quite incredible. Incredible. I didn't realize SpongeBob was that old of a series. That makes me feel old. I'm just gonna say there is a lot of amazing and trippy, almost LSD sort of things in the movie, and it was freaking hilarious. I just gotta say the time machine sequences. There's these sequences where SpongeBob and Plankton are going through a time machine, and they use the same song every freaking time, and it gets more to the sort of close-up, more realistic and gritty-looking art style that you can remember from the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob, and this goofy song was absolutely perfect for those scenes because it is so trippy and just. Okay, there's a new song, and that's what I'm talking about for these time machine sequences. If you go up, if you look it up and just listen to it for yourself, which is called "Squeeze Me," I think, by Nerd. If you just listen to the song, you're probably gonna think, "Why is this in a SpongeBob movie? This is the stupidest song I ever heard." But I can't deny that it works so well with the scenes it's in, and every time it was coming on, we were just laughing our asses off. So SpongeBob is amazing for fans, and it is a great, funny, random, crazy, goofy, all over the place, but it is freaking fantastic. Now I have to admit, it gets a little slower, and I wasn't too impressed with some of the sequences during the CGI moment of the movie, and it gets a little more boring despite the fact that it's the final battle sort of thing. But it gets better towards the second half of the CGI moments. Now there's one extra little thing I have to tell you, and I'm not going to try to spoil anything, but at the end of the movie, it starts singing the SpongeBob theme song, and most people start getting up because it's like, okay, this is the end of the movie, and they start getting up. But something happens in the middle of the theme song that interrupts it, and there's an extra thing that is absolutely amazing, and we were so glad we didn't get up. We were laughing, and oh my God. So don't leave before the theme song gets done. If you start hearing the SpongeBob theme song, do not leave until you actually witness credits starting to come up on the screen. Trust me, I think you're going to love it. It's pretty epic. So I was a little bit on the fence for a rating. I was thinking a little more along the lines of 3.5 stars, but after hearing me talk throughout this review, I'm going to give it 4 stars. Yeah, I finally have a different rating other than 2 stars and 4.5. I actually have a 4-star now this year. That's pretty amazing. So, have you seen the SpongeBob Sponge Out of Water movie? Comment what are your thoughts. If you haven't, what's your favorite cartoon, I guess? This is Bruce Gifford, and this was Just My Opinion.